how can I connect with my essence if I don't know who I am?
Well, the most important thing is that you don't know who you are. Okay, most people don't know that so young. And that's what the system's for. So you can connect with yourself, connect with your consciousness, start to witness yourself and your programs and see what is you and what is you've been taught or what you believe or your ideas, and then you can decide what serves and what doesn't. It's a process. First you connect with this, your divinity. Then you start to unravel or disarm your programs that are based in suffering. Yeah? It's a process. Because no one knows who they are. We have a concept of who we think we are. But normally it's associated with what we do. It's completely associated with the external. And that's not who we are. That's what we've learned. Yeah? You'll see. And most of the things you believe are not true. They're not your truth. Your truth is within you. Hmm?
Can you talk about how to go through when somebody goes through a situation like this? It takes away a part of the body, no? And not to remain stuck in suffering.
You know, the reason humans stay in a place of suffering because they're attached of how they think it needs to be. If I chop a dog's leg off, it keeps moving with 3 legs. It doesn't suffer. It doesn't sit there thinking about its leg. In fact, it still moves its shoulder as if the leg's there. But humans attach to what's good and what's bad. And it's that good and bad that makes us suffer. And I'm not saying it's an easy thing to transcend, but you can transcend that. You have to. You don't have another choice. You're talking about your friend that had bone cancer. And instead of attending it, she got to the point where they had to take it. I'm sure she's going to have a lot of regret. But does regret serve? No, it's just another aspect of suffering. And this is what surrender's about. It's about grasping each moment and living it to the fullest. Because the truth is, no one knows. That's why people that have near-death experiences change. Because they start to value life, no matter how it presents itself. Because they realize what a gift it is. And yes, things happen. Some people take little boats out into the ocean and nearly die. Things happen, don't they? But when you survive, you think, oh, maybe I need to do something different. Some people take drugs and nearly die. And all of a sudden, I need to do something different. Yes. And that's the experience your friend will have. She can wallow and suffer and not change. Or she can change. Life always presents you that option. You rise above and be a masterful creator, or you sink and be a victim. But life always gives you that possibility, no? And the worse things get, the bigger the possibility. Diamonds are made from pressure. They're made from friction. They're sculptured from friction. And that's what shines the brightest, no?
I want to know if to wake up is necessary not to have a relationship.
Usually by the time you get that you want to wake up, you're sick of relationships. That's what pushes you into it. You know, it's not about relationships. It's about attachment and your focus and what's the most important thing for you. There's no conditions. It's just about letting go of everything.
Yesterday in Darshan, you said that we are so powerful that we can heal the whole separation in an instant. And my question is, why don't we do that?
Because you're not quite powerful enough. Because we're attached to everything. We're attached to form. We're attached to our ideas. We're attached to our attachments. We're attached to everything. And to let go is one of the hardest things for humans to do. It has to be your last breath when you're drowning. Do I drown or do I wake up? It's like that. It's the hardest thing for any human to do. To let go of the illusion. And it's the greatest thing for any human to do. Because the fear goes like that. It's gone. And there's nothing but love. It does happen in an instant. But it's always a process before the instant. But it's an instant.
I want to know how you got to the four facets and why that order.
You know, I am the facets. It's my experience. And for me, it's reality. And the whole universe vibrates in praise, love, and gratitude. We live in the illusion of fear and separation. But the facets are reality of enlightenment, unified consciousness, because everything is perfect in this moment. But it doesn't answer your question, because it has to become your experience. Because for the intellect, the facets are ludicrous. They're not real. It's completely in contra to what we believe. We think there's fundamentally everything wrong.
I want to heal the relationship with the money. All related with money in my experience is like dirty. So I could love to be more responsible.
You know, you have to focus on your consciousness because you're still giving that priority. You know, abundance is internal. And when you let go of the attachment, it flows. It's unlimited. But it's just energy. Money's just energy. And you have to open. But you open internally. And you also have to see that in each moment, you have exactly what you need. It might not be what you want or you think you need, but in each moment, you have everything you need. So stop focusing on what you think's missing or what you think's wrong, because it's not real. Abundance starts inside. You know, people that are born with money always create money. Always. Because for them, it's normal. It's natural. You can take everything away and they'll still create it. Because they're open to receive. Is that abundance? No. They might be completely empty and not value it at all. But it's not their source of suffering. They have another source. Discontent. I've got everything and I'm still miserable. So stop attaching to the idea that money makes you happy. Because it doesn't. It just gives you a more luxurious experience of suffering. Which I guess is better, but you know. Forget about it. Stop preoccupying. And then you'll have everything. Money and freedom. But freedom first. It doesn't come from money.
I have the need to feel free, but I feel I have a lot of attachment, my family, my dogs. I have a lot of ideas. And I want to let go. I want to feel free. Can you talk to me about
You just
it?
need to let go. Okay, you start thinking. Every aspect of your life that makes you suffer. What is it? Your family and your dogs. So get rid of them. And then you'll be free. You won't suffer anymore. Oh, and you might find yourself. Because it's an illusion. You project onto them. They don't make you suffer. You choose to suffer. You know, I love Elizabeth more than anything. But she's going to die in 2 years. And then I'll get another Elizabeth. They're always called Elizabeth. Does that mean I don't love her? I love her in each moment. I love her. But reality is there'll be a new Elizabeth. And you have to start realizing that you choose to suffer. You choose it. And you project that suffering externally. And you have to catch that. And you have to put your attention in your consciousness. And another drama you have, because I know you intimately, is you're always trying to save everyone. But you forget to save yourself. So you have to let go. Let them be. Your family loves drama. Is it good? Is it bad? Je ne sais. I don't know. But I know your suffering doesn't serve. But intellectually, you attach to everything intensely. You're very intense. And I've seen you very light, free. I've seen you like that. So be that. Choose for that. Stop choosing for the suffering and the density and the poesy and and have fun. Everyone loves you. Enjoy your life. Yeah?
Can you talk how to get rid of the ego?
The Argentinian ego. Wow. Let's try trying to get rid of the COVID pandemic, no? It's not easy, huh? You know, you just have to see the defense. And you have to go deeper into who you are. Because when you know who you are, you don't need a defense. And you don't need that sport to prove that you're right. You have to catch it because it has an energy. And it's very cultural. That defending, that need to fight. And you have to see the energy and stop and go in and laugh. Don't make it your enemy. But see, it doesn't serve you. Why? Because you're not open to receive. And this is the irony. You come here to heal, and as soon as someone says something you don't like, you're like this, no? It's like that. I know. I have lots of Argentinian teachers. No, of course I want to heal. Well, stop fighting with me. And listen, listen. So you have to see that it works against you. It's not in your favor. That strength gives you the courage to do it. But don't allow that strength to sabotage your process or your life. Choose your wars.
Once I start understanding that love is internal and is all within me, like wanting to be embraced by me, is a way to provoke to go faster in my process.
Well, once you realize that, your process is pretty well advanced. You know, this is a process. And it's a process of surrender. And when you're trying to accelerate something, you're trying to control it. And if you're trying to control it, you're not surrendered. You have to let go of attachment. But you're doing the opposite. How do I make it go faster? It's not goal-orientated. It's a journey. It's a process. It's something to enjoy, the self-discovery, because you're unraveling years of experience. And yes, this process is fast. And the expansion of consciousness is fast. But the greatest aspect is the surrender. Control, surrender. What happens with surrender? It lets go of the control. So let go of the control.
I want to know how I can let go of my mom if it's with me doing this process.
You know, to let go, this is the perfect opportunity. What a great possibility to do this with your mother. You heal that, and you are completely free. So walk towards it and let go of the judgment. You have to remember, all the judgments you have with her are you. You've got to let them go. Be more loving, be more patient, be more open, be less critical. Sound familiar? That's what you do. And that's how you perceive her. You don't see how magnificent she is. You see it superficially because you don't see you and how you shine. Hmm?
I want to know why it's so hard. I'm afraid of being by myself. And as if it's hard to go inwards.
Okay. You just answered your own question. The thing with you is saving of your boys, I'm sure all of your family and friends, identifies you. You think that's who you are. But your victim's involved there. Because you don't just save, you suffer. You get frustrated because your saving doesn't work. You're clear about that. You've been repeating, repeating, repeating. So it's time to save you. And you have to see that. And you know what the irony is? The minute you save yourself, the mirror will change. They'll start taking responsibility. They'll grow up. Addictions like that. You're addicted to saving, and they're addicted to being saved. So if you really want them to mature, if you really want to let go of your attachments and stop suffering, you have to love yourself unconditionally. You know, and you say, oh, I'm going to go to a trip to Europe. But if you're on the telephone and taking your attachments with you, it's not going to change because it's an internal change. You've got to do things from a place of unconditional love, not from a place of attachment, because that doesn't empower. You give 100%, but you let go. And how can you do that? Through your own empowerment. Because once you really know who you are, you can see everyone clearly. You can see everyone perfectly in their process, in their timing. And some people have to suffer in order to change. Most of humanity goes through that process. So you have to focus on you. That's it. And see the addiction. See the energy. And stop. Facet, facet, facet.
How to grow more in my consciousness to be able to enjoy the relationships, romantic relationships without expectations. Because definitely I can be very well by myself, but somebody shows up and it's like I'm a mess. Needy, expectations, illusion, and I stop enjoying there.
You know, the thing is, within relationships, we feel vulnerable, so we don't trust. But the thing is, you can't trust in other people. Other people are individuals. They have their own lives. They have their own capacity to express love, whatever that is. You have to let them be themselves. But you demand the outside as proof that you love me. And then you start to lift the level until they can't meet that. And oh, see, you don't love me. And it's a road to suffering. So when you're demanding the outside, just let go and come back to your consciousness. Because people will never live up to your expectations. You have to give that love to you and give them the freedom to be themselves. And if that doesn't serve you, if you don't like that or what they do, it's your choice to be there or not. But to be needy and demanding and jealous is the quickest way on earth. The quickest way on earth to destroy a relationship. Because no one wants to be controlled. Nobody wants to be told what to do. Nobody wants to feel they don't have freedom. That's not love. Love's freeing. Love gives. Love says yes, it's intimate, it's powerful, but it's not demanding. The minute it becomes demanding, it starts to die. You look at most married couples. They do this. It's like that. Because they just keep doing this. Do you want that relationship? Well, change. Let them do what they want. And take everything as something extra. If you're happy by yourself, everything they give is something extra to add to your happiness, not to drain your happiness. That's maturity. This is a needy child.
How when you feel that you are putting all the love in others and abandon self a bit, how can I recognize that and feed the love to self, the internal love?
You know, when you're completely abundant internally, you just give and you have no need. It's just natural. So you have to get to that point. Because often we get lost in giving, but it's contractual. You expect something in return. And you lose your essence, you lose yourself. And then it creates resentment. So it was what I was saying to her. You know, you always have to be good with you. Enjoy your own space. Let go of your demands or your ideas of how it should look. Because it always leads to suffering. And that's what we did when we were kids or teenagers or in our 20s or whatever. You know, now you know you. And all relationships have to change as you change. And see that. That saving, the need to save.
How are related the concepts of waking up, enlightenment, and freedom? And if you can talk about the absolute freedom.
Well, the loss of fear. and knowing the greatness of who you are, that it's eternal, that's absolute freedom. And it comes from unified consciousness. And it's not a concept, it's an experience, but it's a permanent experience.
My question is, I feel in a trap with my attachments. And I don't know how to let them go. It's not that I want, it's that I don't know what I can do.
You're doing it. You know, you have to be loving with yourself. That's what you're doing. When you leave, you'll be completely different. All you need is the desire. And when you see that movement to save or attach, just come back and keep giving to yourself. You know, you attach to ideas or the past, but the love's here. And the more this grows, the more important this will become. And the quicker you start to let go, you'll start to see your creations are much bigger. It's just a process. And you have to let go of regret. Because regret makes you look back. And you don't want the past. You've got to remember that. You want change. You want something new on every level. That's why you're here. And open to that. Let go of the fear. And start saying yes. Be stubborn for the yes.
Question is, it's hard for me to see with the system the difference in between what I think I'm doing just to cover up something or hide an emotion, or what is really mine or not.
Well, you know, if you fall off a horse, you always get back on. So I guess you get back in the boat. Now your mother's going to kill me. You know, you have to make those decisions. But you have to grow from your experiences, no? You're fine. Everything's okay. But maybe you need a little bit more knowledge. But no, that's not your ego. You want to confront your fears, no? It's important to confront your fears. But anchoring consciousness. The most important thing is to be secure within yourself. And then you're not trying to demonstrate. You do things to grow, to find mastery. It's different. It's not to demonstrate. Look how great I am. Because you like to challenge yourself. You see the difference, no? And that's maturity. And there's a million possibilities to explore yourself and the world. But you need to have you.
Today I don't want to ask you anything, but to share something that happened a few minutes before coming to Darshan. I was seeing serious Ivan and I asked him, how are you doing? And told me happy. And told me, thank you for this gift. And I want to give thanks to all of you, to you and all my team, to allow me to do, I think, the most important gift I did in my life. I love you.
Well, my whole life and my process here, my mind was always like, you know, the program, like, always like, I'm not good enough and criticizing myself. Recently, I've been having moments where when I'm anchored, the same thoughts of criticizing myself, or I feel like it doesn't resonate anymore.
You know, this is great because you're witnessing. And that's fabulous. That's perpetual consciousness. And yes, sometimes you'll get hooked, but it doesn't matter because it doesn't become a drama. You have to remember, this is your principal stress. I'm not good enough. So just watch it and keep using that to go deeper and deeper, because the programs will play. They will play. But in one moment, there'll be so much silence, they'll be like a cloud, and it'll just be passing. It'll never take your attention. So just keep going deeper. But be happy with you. What an amazing experience.
Come visit our webpage for books, movies, and our wonderful retreat centers. Isha's simple yet powerful system is transforming lives around the world.